All right, so today we're going deep on something a little different. It's a children's book
Oh, cool.
called The Magnificent Microphone
Okay.
by Che Chaney and Palwan Wander.
Mm-hmm.
And the illustrations are by Shauna Purkis.
Nice.
And
Yeah, so what are we looking at here?
it's a story about these two kids, Pav and Che,
Okay.
and how they find this mysterious microphone
Uh-huh.
that really changes the way they see themselves and the way that other people see them.
Wow.
And we're going to kind of try to figure out,
Yeah.
what this microphone does for them and what it says about how important it is to be heard.
Right. Yeah, because I think everyone kind of has that feeling
Exactly.
of wanting to be heard.
Yeah. So first we got Pav.
Okay.
She's 9 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and she loves to tell stories about her day.
Oh,
Yeah.
like all kids that age.
Yeah. She's just like super chatty.
Right.
But the thing is, she kind of feels like no one's listening to her.
Oh, no.
So it makes her feel invisible.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like all she wants to do is share her thoughts and her experiences, and it's like no one's paying attention.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. And she loves riding her bike with her little brother.
Cute.
Yeah. It's really sweet.
And what about this other kid?
Oh, yeah. So Che,
Jay.
he's in 5th grade.
Okay, a little older.
Yeah. And he's full of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Got tons of ideas always bouncing off the walls.
Sounds like a handful.
He is, but the thing is he's constantly being told he's too loud
Oh.
or to be quiet or calm down.
Yeah. I can see how that would be frustrating.
Exactly.
Especially if he has good ideas
He does.
and he just wants to share them.
Mm-hmm. And so he ends up feeling like no one really hears him either.
Right. So they both kind of have this same problem.
Yeah, they both feel unheard.
In different ways.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And so the story starts with them meeting at the park.
Okay.
Pav is there with her little brother,
Mm-hmm.
and she's riding her bike.
Mm-hmm.
And Che's there playing basketball
Of course.
with some other kids. And wouldn't you know, it's Che throws the basketball,
Oh.
and it hits Pav's bike.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it really, like...
Did it make her crash?
No. She didn't crash, but it was like
A jolt.
like a huge jolt.
Wow.
So she's a little startled,
Yeah.
Gets off her bike, picks up the ball,
Mm.
throws it back to Che.
Right.
And Che's all like, oh, sorry about that.
Okay, so not a meet cute,
No, not really, but
but they met.
they met. And so later on,
Okay.
Pav loses sight of her brother
Oh, no.
near the sandbox.
Oh.
And Che's like, I'll help you find him.
Oh, that's nice of him.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And they find him on the swings.
Okay, good.
Totally fine. But while they're looking for him, they start talking.
Oh, okay.
And Che mentions that his brother's really into playing the piano.
Oh, so not a basketball fan.
Nope, not at all.
Got it.
But Che's always trying to give him all these creative ideas for his music.
Mm-hmm.
But he says that no one ever listens to his suggestions.
Oh, I see. So he feels unheard, too.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And then they sit down in the sandbox.
Okay.
And Pav tells Che that she also feels like no one listens to her.
So they're bonding over this shared experience.
Yeah. It's like they finally found someone who gets it.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
as they're talking, Pav finds this microphone in the sandbox.
A microphone.
Yeah, a radio microphone.
Huh.
Just kind of buried there.
What are the odds?
I know, right?
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful.
Okay.
Like old-fashioned, almost antique looking.
Hmm.
So Pav decides to take it home and see if it works.
Okay.
And Che's like, let me know if it does.
He's curious.
Totally. And so Pav gets home and cleans the microphone,
Mm-hmm.
and she finds some cables.
Always a challenge.
Right.
Yeah.
And she connects it to her computer.
Okay.
And at first, nothing happens.
Uh-oh.
But then this little blue light comes on,
Oh.
and she can hear this soft hum.
All right, so it's working.
Yeah. So she plugs in her headphones,
Mhm.
and she can hear herself breathing so clearly.
Wow.
It's like super amplified.
That must be strange.
Yeah. And she starts talking into it,
What does she say?
like testing 1, 2, 3.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, my name is Pav,
Oh, okay.
and I like to read, and I love to jump rope.
So just basic stuff.
Yeah. Just like introducing herself.
Right.
But she's amazed by how her voice sounds.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds so clear and smooth.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Like she's never really heard her own voice before.
I guess not like that.
And then she remembers that her teacher showed them how to record their voices.
Oh, right, for like reviewing their writing.
Exactly.
Oh.
So she decides to record herself reading her paragraph for school.
What was the paragraph about?
It was about why pizza should be the official Friday night dinner.
Ha-ha. That's awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And when she finishes recording this, share button pops up.
Okay.
And she's like, huh.
So what does she do?
She clicks it,
Of course.
and her family's email addresses show up. So she hesitates for a second. But then she's like, you know what?
What the heck?
Exactly. And she sends the recording to her parents.
Wow, that's brave.
I know. And she's kind of thinking maybe this will get me pizza.
Haha. That's her motivation.
Totally.
So what happens next?
So the next morning, Pav's dad calls her into the living room.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, we listened to your recording last night.
Mm.
And he says it was great.
Wow.
He's like, you made some really good points about pizza.
Uh-huh.
And he said that her mom agreed she's too tired to cook on Fridays.
That's the clincher.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he drops this bomb.
What?
He tells her that they forwarded the recording to the whole family.
No way.
Yeah, like all the aunts and uncles and cousins.
Wow. So her voice was heard by like everyone.
Exactly. And Pav's just like stand there in shock.
That's amazing.
I know he can't believe that her dad actually listened to her.
And that he agreed with her.
Yeah. And that he shared it with everyone.
So the microphone worked.
It totally worked.
That's so cool.
And she's so excited to tell Che.
Of course.
So as soon as school's over, she grabs the microphone and runs to the park.
She's on a mission.
She is. And Che's there playing basketball.
Naturally.
And she runs up to him all excited.
Yeah.
And she's like, Che, you won't believe what happened.
And she tells him everything.
Everything. And she's like, you have to try this microphone.
So he's a little hesitant at first.
Yeah. But he agrees.
Okay.
And they play some basketball together.
Of course.
And then later that night, Che plugs the microphone into his computer.
All right, let's see what happens.
And he puts on his headphones.
Mm-hmm.
And he's blown away by how clearly he can hear everything.
It's like a whole new world.
It is. And he feels this ruck of energy.
Okay.
And he's trying to figure out what to record.
Right.
And then he remembers that he has a book report due.
Mm-hmm.
And he decides to just talk about the book.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
What?
Che really struggles with writing.
Oh.
He mixes up words and his spelling is terrible.
Yeah, I can see how that would be hard.
But when she starts talking into the microphone, the words just flow out.
So it's easier for him to talk than to write.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And he's like, whoa.
This is amazing.
Yeah, and so he records his whole book report.
Wow.
And sends it to his teacher, Mr. Walsh.
Okay.
And the next day at school, Mr. Walsh calls Che over to his desk. And Che's like, oh no, here we go again.
He's expecting trouble.
Yeah, he thinks he's in trouble.
Oh, poor Che.
But Mr. Walsh is wearing headphones.
Okay.
And he's listening to something.
So Che's nervous.
Totally.
And then what?
Mr. Walsh takes off the headphones and smiles at Che.
What?
He's like, Che, I just listened to your book report, and it's brilliant.
No way.
Yes, he's like, I've listened to it 3 times.
Wow.
And he's so impressed by Che's insights.
Really?
Yeah. And he says he's really proud of Che.
That's so great.
I know, Che is completely shocked.
I bet.
He's like, you actually liked it.
He can't believe it.
Nope. And Mr. Walsh is like, yeah, I loved it.
That's awesome.
And then he has this idea.
What is it?
He wants to start a class podcast
How cool.
to share their learning with the rest of the school.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and he asks Che to teach everyone how to record.
Wow.
And Che immediately thinks of Pav.
Of course.
And he's like, hey, maybe Pav can help too.
So it's coming full circle.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
And so Che runs to the park to tell Pav all about it.
He can't wait.
Nope. And Pav's so excited.
I bet.
And she has this even bigger idea.
What's that?
She wants to create a podcast for the whole school.
Wow. That's ambitious.
I know, but she's like, we can interview students and teachers and parents.
And even people from the community.
Yeah, and they stay in the sandbox brainstorming until it gets dark.
They're on a roll.
They are. And then Che has this realization.
Okay.
He's like, hey, we don't have to just talk about school stuff.
Oh, right.
He's like, we could talk about important things happening in the world, like access to clean water and girls' education.
And peace.
Yeah, all those big issues.
That's a big jump.
It is.
From pizza to world peace.
I know, but Pav's like, yeah, we can do that.
Wow.
He's like, even though we're kids, we're smart and we have important things to say.
Right.
And so they decide to meet the next day to plan everything out.
They're going to teach everyone how to use the microphone.
Exactly. And for the first time, both Pav and Che feel truly seen and heard.
That's beautiful.
And they're so hopeful that other kids will feel that way too.
That's the goal.
It is. And so that's the story of the magnificent microphone.
Oh, that's really something.
It is. It's about how this simple microphone helped these 2 kids find their voices.
And realize how powerful their voices can be.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it really makes you think.
About all the times you might have felt unheard.
Yeah, or like your voice didn't matter.
and how important it is to find a way to express yourself.
And to be listened to.
Exactly. And this story shows us that everyone's voice matters.
Especially kids' voices.
Yeah, and even small voices can make a big difference.
So it's like a call to action.
It is. It's a call to listen.
To create spaces where everyone feels safe to speak up.
And to use our voices to make the world a better place.
That's a great message.
And it makes you wonder.
About what?
What other magnificent microphones are out there?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, like what other tools or platforms or even just people
can help us amplify our voices.
Exactly. And what would happen if we all just took the time to really listen to each other?
That's something to think about.
It is.
Thanks for sharing this story.
Of course. Thanks for listening.